The Dodgers have a major problem. We get into exactly what is going on with the Dodgers right now in this edition of Dodgers Digest. Hey, this is Mike Nelson. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. We are the fastest growing Dodgers YouTube channel, so make sure to hit that subscribe button. As we know, the Dodgers have lost 4 in a row. It has been a difficult stretch for the team, getting swept by the Astros. And yesterday, it was a disastrous loss out in Milwaukee. Definitely not a good game at all for Yoshinobu Yamamoto. And the Dodgers pitching continues to disappoint the team again and again. And this time, Dave Roberts has something to say about it. Dave Roberts calling out the Dodgers amid embarrassing losing streak. That's right, this is an embarrassing losing streak. There's no other way to put this. I like the way this headline puts it because this is embarrassing. The Dodgers are world champions, and they cannot be losing this amount of games in a row, right? I mean, this is not acceptable whatsoever, and Dave Roberts had some words to say about it, right? The Dodgers, as we know, have 14 players on the injured list right now. A lot of excuses. A lot of teams would give excuses on why they're losing and etc. The injuries are plaguing the team, and that's what, most teams do. But the Dodgers, they're not about excuses, right? Dave Roberts is not about excuses, and Dave Roberts is not buying none of those excuses, right? He said, I don't think there's any team in baseball is at full strength. That's what Roberts told reporters on Monday, including Bill Plunkett of Southern California News Group. I just feel that the guys that we have to play better. We've got to pitch better. We got to defend better. We got to take more competitive at-bats. We're just not doing any of those things right now. You look at the last 4 or 5 days that things were more positive, but this time it's time for to kind of look at ourselves and be better. That's what Dave Roberts said. As we know, the Dodgers have been outscored 38-7 during this losing streak. Most of those runs were scored by the Astros this past Friday in an 18-1 blowout at Dodger Stadium. But it has been rough, and probably the Astros, like Oral Hershiser was saying, are cheating again. I mean, it looked like the Astros were kind of on those pitches on Friday to score 18 runs. But yesterday, the Brewers, jumped on Yoshinobu Yamamoto, and this is another bad start for Yamamoto. He's had a few of these this year, and that's just, it's not going to cut it. The Dodgers just don't have anybody right now to go to when it comes to pitching. I mean, I know a lot of fans out there get bothered when I say this, but the Dodgers just don't have good pitching at all. They just don't have it. I mean, with Blake Snell and Roki Sasaki and Tyler Glasnow all injured right now, the Dodgers just simply don't have good pitching, right? Tyler Glasnow is coming back, right? We know he's going to be back with the Dodgers, going to be pitching again. But what kind of Tyler Glasnow are we going to really get, right? I mean, let's be honest. I mean, Tyler Glasnow has been getting hurt every year that he's been with the Dodgers. He's had good moments, he's had bad moments, but he hasn't been healthy. So how long will Tyler Glasnow really go before getting hurt again? So can the Dodgers really depend on Glasnow? I think Blake Snell was kind of supposed to be that savior for the Dodgers this season, right? I mean, I think it's obvious Blake Snell was brought in to be the Dodgers ace along with Yoshinobu Yamamoto. And that just did not happen at all so far this year. Blake Snell has only played in 2 games. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, who started out very good with the Dodgers, has starting to have some inconsistency with his starts in the last weeks or so. And yesterday it was on display against the Brewers. So inconsistency from the starting pitching has been an issue for the Dodgers all season long. Also, when we saw this past losing streak is also the offense, right? Ohtani has gone 3 for 17. Freeman has gone 3 for 14 with 6 strikeouts. Michael Conforto 2 for 12. No surprise there. The guy has been a complete disaster for the Dodgers. A dumpster fire of signing for sure. I mean, this has been one of the worst signings in Dodgers history, what Michael Conforto has put up so far this year. Ha-Seong Kim and Rojas has been pressing to full-time duty because of, the injuries to Max Muncy and Kike Hernandez. And they're combined 3 for 23. So these guys have really struggled. And these 5 players, only 2 extra base hits if you combine all 5 of those guys. And that's just not going to cut it. The Dodgers have not gotten enough offense from the guys that they're supposed to get. These guys are supposed to be producing, and they have not produced at all in this losing streak. So the Dodgers, you have to be really frustrated watching these games, because think about it, the Dodgers have really only had one close game in this losing streak, right? And that was Saturday, a back-and-forth game at Dodger Stadium. That's been about it. Friday, Sunday, and yesterday were blowout wins by the opposition, and that's just not acceptable. The Dodgers have not had a good stretch of games. Of course, you're kind of happy that it's happening now and not in October. The Dodgers still have such a strong lead in the National League West that maybe it doesn't really make a difference, right? Because the Dodgers went into this losing streak with a big advantage, and that advantage continues even after these losses, right? So the Dodgers still very comfortable in first place despite the losing streak, which is obviously what, when you put yourself in a situation and win games like the Dodgers have done against the teams that they're supposed to beat, and also against the Padres and Giants, this is what you can do. You can afford to go on losing streaks like this one. And as well, the biggest problem for the Dodgers, like this article gets into, is, the starting pitching, right? During this 4-game losing streak, no pitcher has thrown more than Emmett Sheehan's 5 innings. Justin Robleski overcame an awful third inning Saturday to give the Dodgers 4.2 innings of relief of Ohtani. Yoshinobu Yamamoto didn't make it out of the first inning yesterday. So the starting pitching obviously has not been good at all these last few days. No surprise there. The Dodgers haven't had good starting pitching for weeks. They have just led the league in comeback wins. Let me repeat that again. The Dodgers have led the league in comeback wins. So what does that tell you? The Dodgers are always falling behind early in games. They have found ways to score a lot of runs to make up for it, but they haven't done that the last few days, and that's why they're losing games now, because they're not scoring runs. How do the Dodgers win back-to-back World Series if they don't have stable pitching? That is a question everybody out there has to ask. How is this team actually going to win back-to-back World Series with the pitching that they currently have? I mean, do you really buy it? Do the Dodgers lead the league again in comeback wins throughout the season? Still a long way to go. They do that for the first time in baseball history, lead the league in comeback wins in back-to-back years. And do they do that in the playoffs as well? Because that's what they had to do last year. They had to come back and win, had to make up for the bad pitching. They did it in the World Series. Are they going to be able to do that again in back-to-back years? And if you ask me, I don't think so. I think the Dodgers need to have Snell and Glasnow back by October. Both of those guys have to be at pitching at a high level come playoff time, and the Dodgers are not going to win the World Series. I think this losing streak kind of shows that if the Dodgers don't have their star guys back in the pitching rotation, they are not going to win the World Series again. That is probably what's going to happen. So it's a long way to go. Got to stay, don't panic yet. Dodgers have game 2 tonight. And tomorrow, of course, game 3 out in Milwaukee. As always, make sure to subscribe. Let's go Dodgers.